And that's good. So, Proxy Marauders coming on in from Special in this game number 1. We talked about how Zest is kind of Special's Achilles heel. In 2020, they ran into each other in a lot of tournaments. Whenever Special was in the GSL, he would inevitably run into Zest in an important matchup. In like the loser match or something, and just would never win. GSL Super Tournament, same deal. And it wasn't really like Zest is, Zest is better than Special. Like, historically, that is true, but not to the point where you'd expect it to be just a whitewash. It really is more that for whatever reason, like, stylistically, they don't match up all that well. The Adept's going to find its way on in. But with these 3 Marines here, of course, we're getting reactored out. Yeah, the Adept, will be fine. Please save the replay. Okay, it's just not saving. Fine. We're not going to have that nice instant replay tech. I'm just giving up on it. That's okay. Yeah, so all these Marines will go down at the expense of, well, a bunch of Adepts dying. That's unfortunate. But anyway, Marauders now finding their way on in. Concussive Shells is, of course, done. So that does cause problems. We're going to see the bunker at a kind of a weird spot here. It's walling off every... Actually, you're going to have to cancel that bunker there, Special. Eventually, of course, the bunker will complete, which will mean... Actually, wait a minute here. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. So that is a spot that is big enough for probes to find their way on through, but not Marauders, which is going to be rather nice. But these Adepts, they're going to go... Oh, that's what I want to do. The Adepts will go... One of them will die. But that is the sacrifice they are willing to make for the cause here, trying to make sure that the bunkers go up. But now Marauders are going to find their way on in. Marines rallying across the map, as well as Special says, yeah, I don't want to go to a late game here. I don't want to play against you, Zest. This is terrifying. I don't have a historically good win rate against you. But what if I just go and I kill you before anything happens to you? That being said, Marauders are going to be out rather soon. SCV's getting pulled, just trying to make sure that he stays alive. But now the Marauder is out, which means this SCV will not complete its journey. The bunker will not go up, and Zest, he should hold here, but no, the bunker completes at the very last second. And now that Marines with a bunker inside of them, or Marines inside of a bunker, are causing some problems. Yes, Cerro versus Maru Peruvian Swarm. Yes, Thorn, I'm the only one covering this semifinal. Chicken Man and Steadfast are covering Dark versus Creator. Or, I'm sorry, Dark versus Hellraiser, for whatever reason. I'm alone here in what I think is a really interesting semi. I would much rather cast PVT than PVZ, just saying. I'm a Zerg player, and even still. Yeah, Peon Poo is correct. At least in English. There may be, actually, no, I'm the only one in this lobby. That is correct. So yes, it is me alone. I am mine, I am my own. Said the casters years ago. So where does Zest go from here? He's like, okay, he's already kind of in a weird game. He's in a good spot. You know, he has not lost all that much. He only lost 6 probes. No game-ending damage. He got his immortals out. He was fine. That being said, there's a stim timing coming on in here, and the boys are getting pulled. Zest says, Special says none of this. I'm not trying to take this game late. I know that you're in a good spot, so I'm just going to pull the boys. I'm going to have a stim. It's going to be a good time. Let's go. So there we go. SCVs will find their way on in. Immediately the stim coming on out here. We're going to see sentries go down. Immortal dying. Shield battery overcharge doesn't matter because the pylon goes down immediately. The Immortal are dying. SCVs performing their hug of death on their robotic brethren as the army is starting to go on down here. We're going to see some warp-ins happening. DTs getting warped on in. They will complete in time as the pylon is now going down, but there's a scan where that came from. The DT is dead. Do we have any more warp-ins? It looks like the answer is no for the time being. GG Special. He takes game 1. Okay, here we are. So, Widow Mine drops are going to be the name of the game for Special in this game number 2. So, something a little bit less crazy. Instead of, Proxy Marauders and Stim and SCVs getting pulled, etc., etc., etc. No, it's just going to be Widow Mine drops. And the presence of the Widow Mine here will actually mean that, well, Zest is not going to be able to delay this command center as long as Special is paying somewhat the level of attention. Reaper will find value. Oh, this is a problem here. There's not a lot. So let's see. Of course, it takes 3 volleys of 2 Reapers to kill probes. But yeah, these Reapers are starting to find so much value. 7 workers, 8 workers. This can't happen. Zest, wait, what is happening to the Koreans today? 8 workers have gone down. Widow Mine's drop is going to come. And after that, which is, almost guaranteed, 3 probes at the very least, because 1 probe per Widow Mine, that's fine. Oh, and it's going to be with an armory, too. I mean, granted, this doesn't really make a big difference because, I mean, the Robo's underway. Yes, that's kind of what I was saying earlier, Thorn. Or what I was trying to say, at least. All right, so now we have the drop finding its way on into the natural here. What mines are going to get burrowed? It's going to get off. There we go. There we go. One probe will go down. Second one. Nice blink for there from Zest. But again, it's all about the detection. And oh yeah, run at him. Run at the probes. Do it. But it still means that nothing's going to happen here. It's just going to be another dead probe. 2 probes have died. So not even bare minimum. Nice job there from Zest mitigating damage. But does he have his observer where it needs to be? Okay, there it is in the natural. He's going to find its way back in the main in time. Dark looked like he was trying to play some crazy build. Got it. Okay. What was Dark trying to do? I mean, the Infestor Queen idea, if that's what he was doing, that's kind of his default ZVP build. As what am I going to go on? And this time, though, Zest is well prepared. He says, no. Because now the Stalker's getting ready to move out on the map here. Special got enough damage done that even with this, Special's pulled the bows immediately. He's like, yeah, I know I'm going to need to repair. I know I'm going to need to repair this. Already, I'm in a spooky spot here. I only have 1 tank. So immediately, SCVs are getting pulled to defend this bunker, even with, like, a full 30 seconds before, which it's not efficient, but it does mean that this bunker will stay alive here. Instead, Zest says, okay, well, I'm going to take what you can give me. Let me target fire down some of these SCVs. The bunker does go down anyways. The concave of the Marines here from Special may not be enough here. The Blink Micro form. Zest is impeccable. 8 workers go down. And still, though, Zest is down 3 workers, down 2 workers. This is not a good position here for the Korean Protoss player. Despite everything else, he has taken a lot of damage. And that does mean that he has to find a little bit more here as the Marines looking to target fire down the Warp Prison. They will be unsuccessful in that endeavor. And more Stalkers get warped on in. The tanks are going to have to move on forward, really make sure that they can defend this position. Adept getting on top of things. That's just for detection. Special, by the way, heavily supply blocked on 79 out of 78 because his supply depots have gone down. And that means he's not going to be able to reinforce things for a while. That is a funny stat. Now the Stalker's trying to fling out forward. 1 tank goes down, but the second one firing, getting like 3 or 4 shots off. Meanwhile, 3 probes have died on the other side. This Banshee uncontested is going to force a recall, or excuse me, force a warp in at home. And all the damage that Zest has been trying to get, it's all dead here. Zest forced to blink at home. There we go. The observer dies as well. There's no cloak on this. It's just a Banshee killing 12 probes. And Special's in an insane position in this game. He got 7 workers early. He's killed 22 probes in this game. He's up 16 workers on a Protoss player. That actually is not a thing. That does not happen. Now, in all fairness, Zest is not, or Special is not going to be able to make any sort of push happen anytime soon. Stim is only just now getting started. But even still, he's now in a much better position to defend because honestly, Zest doesn't have the money to really pump out of 3 gates anymore. So it looks like Zest going for that time-honored tradition of when behind Dark Shrine. That being said, there's Raven on the field. We have missile turrets underway. Zest knows, and Special both know, that there's kind of only one way back into this game. And it will be the Invisible Men. So, like I said, that turret is, you know, more of a defensive missile turret, defensive Warp Prism turret than it is anything else. So it really will not provide too much detection, but again, it's all about making sure that you don't die anything else. And there we go. There's the anti-DT turret. As it looks like, yeah, Zest, he's going all in off this charge underway. He's getting 5 more gateways. He says, look, I'm not winning a macro game here. That's just not a thing. But maybe I can hit before the true tech of Special happens in earnest. Maybe before Stim, before combat shields, before +1, before everything else. Maybe I can hit with something like that because I know it's delayed. I mean, it's 8 minutes and 42 seconds in. Special didn't stim off that. But stim is done soon. Combat shields are going to be done for that 9 minutes and 15-second timing. That scary time that we're all so familiar with. So Stalkers are going to try to find their way on in. DTs are going to try to avoid things, try to find their way on into the main base here. There's not a lot of army actually here for Special right now. So these DTs can potentially find some value, as we will see a couple workers go down immediately. Nice body blocking here with these Marauders actually. Will just prevent the DTs from getting on top of anything really particularly useful. I wouldn't even be surprised to see Special just get a single Viking. He says, look, you know what? I don't want to really suffer through this anymore. I am just going to go. I'm getting that one Viking. Make sure you cannot push. Make sure you cannot drop me. And then, you know, everything else is gravy. I'm in a wonderful spot here. I'm doubling the army supply. There's not a lot that Zest can do. He's trying to find value, but now, especially that this Warp Prism's in the corner, it's going to be forced to recall. And meanwhile, okay, never mind. That was the Warp Prism? Oh, Raven trying to get some more value. Didn't really get much. Yeah, now Special's getting ready to move on out. Thor's saying he doesn't see how Zest win this game. You know what? I'm trying to do the caster thing. I'm trying to find the avenues back in. But I don't really see it either. It's a 14 worker lead. It is a significant army lead. Special has +1 Stimmies combat shields. This third base is really going to be a sacrifice. I don't even like Special killing it. I mean, do it, sure, that's fine. Take your slow push. But realistically, DT's looking for the flank here, yeah. The Raven's here. So, actually, Raven going down is going to be massive. It means there's not going to be that free and easy detection. I really wanted to see Special kind of go and wait for the, well, really just go in and wait for the Raven to be repaired before he makes his push. But it doesn't matter because, yeah, Zest thought he was surrounding. No, he is the one that is getting surrounded here. His army is dead. This third base will not be allowed to complete. It's just a bunch of Stalkers that do not have the upgrades. 76 army supply to 33. And the rally is just coming on in earnest and earnest. It's a long line of blue across the map. Zest doing what he can to try to cut it off. And he will be successful in that endeavor in the short term. But meanwhile, his third base is dead. Zest, well, Special slowly pushing on into the natural. It looks like a couple workers will go down. A couple zealots find their way on in. But, I mean, Widowmines are here now. That's not going to do all that much. DT's trying to do what they can. But, yeah, Special in the range of the scan. He's going to do more than enough here. It's not a game of Zest winning. It's more of a game of Special just trying to find the best way to end it. Also, Sign 6263. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Glad you're here. Welcome. Yeah, there we go. GG. Zest tried. Not enough. He's down 2-0. There we go. In the bottom left here, in the blue, he's up 2-0. He is Special. And the bottom right, in the red. He's down 2 games in this series, looking to make a miracle comeback happen after 2 rather ugly games. He is Zest. Hey, RKVL Freuda. Glad you're here. And by the way, when I say ugly games, I don't necessarily mean that Zest was just not good. I should say, yeah, I shouldn't say ugly games. I should say, you know, chaotic games, odd games. Special goes for concussive shell proxy into a stim timing with SCVs getting pulled. Yeah, who does that? Special getting that random Banshee that kills like 20 workers without cloak. As Zest is putting the pressure on, that doesn't really happen either. If Hellraiser beats Max Packs, you'll eat your shoe. You know what? Honestly, I can see it happening. Hellraiser plays a really weird PvP. He just beat Max Packs 2-0, and his like insistence on, you know, having a big pack of Blink DTs on one side of the map and a big army on the other, but no real robo units or like 3 Stargate Void Ray. Those are weird styles. I can definitely see him going up 2-0. Now, I don't know that he goes up, he wins 3 maps, but I can definitely see him winning 2. As the Reaper's going to jump on the high ground, low ground, high ground, low ground. Just doing a little dance here. Say, look what I can do. I got a jetpack. That sounds like fun. So it will be effectively Proxy Hellion drops coming on in the game here for special. I mean, it's not a proxy, but this Reaper's dead, by the way. It is slow zones. Say nope. Oh, nice try there for special. Trying to use the KD8 charge to get him out of range, but no, it's a dead Reaper. In this game, yeah, we do have special effectively going for. Oh, I really thought this was going to be like a Hellion drop here, just with the reactor here and the natural being made on the high ground. But no, it's just going to be really quick Widowmine drops. And that's kind of cool. We should see an armory with this as well, which is actually going to cause major problems here for Zest because he has gotten Stargate first. He's gone into Void Rays, which are, you know what? They're good against Medevacs. Medevacs do have an armor tag. You can target them down somewhat quickly. But with the lack of detection, especially the Widowmine spread out properly, they're going to get multiple shots off. And it's going to cause some problems, especially because I don't expect to see special kind of go through the slow zones, as sometimes happens. It is much more of a, yeah, he's going to skirt those out. He's going to come in from a little bit more of a different angle. That being said, though, Zest, is he going to see the drop here? Yes, he will. So, prismatic alignment does get popped right as, oh, that is unfortunate. I was saying, you know, I don't like that. Yep, GG, just like that. Game 4. All right, so here we are. It's game 4. Special, he's gone for a weird build every game. We saw Proxy Marauders. To be fair, I guess game 2 wasn't all that weird, but you know, the Widowmine drops didn't get much done. But the Reaper and the Banshee did, so it was fine. Game 3, we saw, well, Cloaked Widowmines didn't work at all. Axe-Pact 1 up 1-0 over Hellraiser. So the question now is, as these semifinals complete, who's gonna do it quicker? Are we going to go to game 5? Is the entire PvP semifinals going to complete before we're done with our last 2 games? Or do we beat them out? I don't know. But it looks like we'll be a quick blink here from Zest in this game. As unfortunately, special, he's going to have his command center delayed for a time, as this Adept will do an adept job of doing that. There's no Reaper on this side of the map, so, you know, sure, there's going to be pressure on the mineral line, but there's an Adept here already just following this Reaper around, and that's a dead Reaper. So, dead SCV, dead Reaper. Dead Marines as well. This is starting to look pretty good here for Zest, actually. Altera Azul, the Blue Terran. Alteran Azul, spamming his Doritos to help Juanito. In general, folks, you should spam your Doritos to help Juanito. I don't know. Ah, yes, we do. Spam the crest to help Zest. Bailmol crest. So if you got a sub, you can do it. If you're not subbed, you cannot spam the crest to help Zest, and I'm sorry for you. That is a sad thing indeed. As these Adepts, there are not enough Marines, I don't think. Yeah, not necessarily enough Marines to make this happen, but even still, the Adepts find their way to the main base. And that is, there are enough Adepts here, of course, to one-shot SCVs. Now there are not, because, well, it does take 3, but still, 5 workers will go down, 6, 7. Puck of Death actually causing some problems. This Adept will run out. Still, 5 SCVs have gone down. On top of the dead Reaper, on top of the delayed command center. Special's not too happy about that one. And by the way, this is a 3 barracks place, so his entire idea is predicated upon early damage, but now he needs to get even more done. And not only does he have to get more done, Zest has scouted it. Zest is aware of this timing coming on in from Special here, so he should be defending. He should be well prepared. This is going to be a full, I think this, no, that might not be a full wall, but still, it's mostly a full wall. We got shield batteries coming on down. Wasn't that a Warp Prism? Oh, and he has SSDTs. That's the big problem. He's like, yeah, you know what? There's no upgrades here, no armor, so DT's one-shot everything. This push here from Zest or from Special doesn't even matter. Yeah, he's going to spend a scan, but he's lost most of his army anyways. You warp in another DT. You force another scan. Scans at this point in the game, they're 250 minerals. They are expensive. And Special's going to be forced back. He's going to be forced to rotate on home, and I think someone said that we were going to see a reverse sweep from Zest here, and I'm not saying that's true. But certainly everything's turning up roses for Zest at this point. He doesn't necessarily have an army supply lead, but it's 14 to 10. That doesn't really matter. He's up 10 workers. He's going to be able to take his third base now, pretty much whenever he wants. He has this pressure tech that can force money out of his opponent with these DTs. Do we have missile turrets? We do. So in the natural, no problem there, and we do have a Warp Prism, so, you know, there's detection in the natural. Is there anything in the main? Yes, there is, but it's kind of on the edge of things. And that means that theoretically the DTs can get on top of that, kill it off, but it looks like actually, there we go, it's going to be Archon drops instead. And with no Raven here, these Archons actually, if they're going to get on top of these Marines, that is a problem. Bonus damage to bio units, Marines without combat shields. They actually can't fight this. They really cannot fight this. One Archon will get low, and that is the entire army of Zest. Its dead is gone. Archons are going to regain their shields, and again, we're going to see it happen. This is one of the most powerful Archon drops that I've ever seen against a Terran player, or most successful Archon drops I've seen against a Terran player. There we go. There we go, Palmer. Span the crest to help Zest. I don't know. We don't spam the best. We spam the crest. This is my channel here. All right, so now Archon drops into the natural, getting on top of these SCVs, especially with the quick pull, so he shouldn't take too much damage. I like the idea there. Like, oh yes, if I attack the refinery, maybe I'm going to get enough splash damage to kill off the rest of these SCVs as they run away. He didn't get it, but nice idea. And now, of course, behind this, Zest, he's going into normal stuff, right? We're going to get an Immortal, right? Because at this point, Zest is, or a Special's been forced into an all-in state. So you want to make sure you just have these power units. You want to make sure your Robo is properly just constantly producing things so you can have these power units to properly defend against the aggression coming in from Special. But behind this, +1 charge, we will see Colossus underway. I wouldn't actually even be surprised to see Disruptors first, just because is that nice. As War Prism gonna come under fire, but it will be able to survive. A couple more SCVs do die. But the question really is, what is the inflection point that Special is waiting for? You know it's an all-in. I know it's an all-in. Everyone knows that this is an all-in from Special at this point. He took too much damage. He did not get anything done. And he's trying to build up to something. So he has 1-1 done. He's getting his +2 attack underway. He's adding 2 additional barracks. So I guess we're just going to be a 5 racks all-in. Who won EU Cup? It was Hero Marine 3-1. Yep. And honestly, really great series. Yeah, it was Hero Marine winning 3 games and Clem only taking 1. But those games were all very close. And the Glittering Ashes game in particular was pretty great. It was the last game of the series. You can go check my VOD for that. I'm going to try to put it on my YouTube, but I never have the time. So, anyways, what do we got here? Special. I think this might just be an SCV pull. Actually, we got a Ghost Academy coming in. It's going to be +2. So you get 3 ghosts, you get +2. You do that time-honored idea of the SCV pull. There's already a Colossus out though, and if Special wants to do that, and I look to hit this ghost timing, he really cannot afford to trade his army, but he also kind of has to, because rather rapidly, Zest is going to get into this position where his army is just unfightable by this 2-base 5 racks Terran player. We're going to have extended thermal lance. We're going to have multiple Colossus. Archon's here to buffer. Immortal's here to buffer. Life is very difficult for Specials. He does go in with a fake medevac. You'd love to see it. Just the scouting medevac, forcing a reaction. Forcing blink on cooldown, all those things. Yeah, slower run. Final map was really good. Also reminding me that I had to study up on my TVT a little bit more because, well, there were situations in there that I did not expect. Anyways, where are we at now? Zest getting up onto his 3rd Colossus. He has 3 bases. He's very happy. So I think, yeah, that's what's going to happen here. Ghosts are on the way. We're going to have 3 ghosts. 3 ghosts. Yep, there we go. Enough EMPs to blanket the entire army. No enhanced shockwaves, of course. That's not the point of this all-in. +2 is done now as well. And I think we're going to see Special look to hit here when he hits 8 Vikings. As he have right now, yeah. He's up at 5 Vikings. No, he's just going to go to 6 Vikings. Okay, 2 for every Colossus. It's not ideal. You do want to go to 3 Colossus or 3 Viking per Colossus. But even still, it's going to be enough to force things out of the way. A Ghost looking to move on in, just trying to blank the entire army with EMPs. There we go. The SCVs have been pulled here. The question now is, oh no, that is not what you want. A couple big Colossus shots before the fight happens in earnest. And with shield battery overcharge pop, with the Guardian shield here as well, it's a problem. It actually is a problem. Oh, actually, I really like the factory here. It means that a couple of the Stalker shots, a couple of the Archon shots, they were hitting the factory, not hitting the army. So maybe, just maybe, that's what Special's going to need. The Sentry will go down here, and actually the ground army of Zest is just starting to fall apart, but not enough. GG, Zest. He equalizes, folks. We're going to game 5. Here we are in the upper right. in the blue. Tied up in this series on the Ace map. Precise Storm Gaming. Spam your Doritos to help Juanito. And at the bottom left, in the pink, winning the last 2 games in style with aplomb, with pizzazz. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, he is Zest. All right, it's game 5. It's Glittering Ashes. I love when players decide to put like a game 4 or like game final -1. Game 6 or game 7 and a best of 7, game 4, game 5, and a best of 5 on Glittering Ashes, because it's so hard to kill your opponent on Glittering Ashes. The games almost always go long. And when it's the last game in a series, players have had some time to actually figure things out. Have had some time to really get a sense of what their opponent is doing, figure out like the inter-series meta, and respond to it. So game 5 on this map just tends to be so... We have had so many good games on this map. Hey, Tumbaros, Stonedas. Thank you so much for the follows. Glad you're here. Big brain, my Juanito, El Terran Azul. As we have the recall here on this probe. It's gonna get out. No trap here. Please, Mr. Terry, no trapperino. Well, if you're very calm, you're gonna be fine. All right, so now the Reaper's going to try to find a way across the map here. Special, once again, going for that double Reaper play, looking for some of the success he found on Berlingrad, where he just happened to have 2 Reapers, and he said, yes, this is great. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to kill 7 workers, and it's going to be amazing. You're not going to expect it, Zest. But it's one of those things, you say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Zest has dealt with this. He lost a bunch of workers to a random Banshee. He lost a bunch of workers to a couple random Reapers. I don't expect him to repeat the same mistake 2 games in a row. There we go. Game 5. Zest is aware of Special's penchant for shenanigans, so he's going to go Stargate. Game number 5. It's a big map. You can get a lot of Phoenix out. You can make sure that you have that map control early. You can pretty much invalidate a lot of these turret pushes. Now the Reapers are going to find their way out. A nice KD8 charge actually will cause some problems here, but it's not going to be insane amounts of damage. It's only going to be like 2 or 3 workers here. Or the Reaper's going to find its way out into the main base. And this, more than anything else, is going to be a scout. He's going to say, look, I got 2 workers. That's fantastic. I'm also going to see that, yes, this is an Oracle getting built here in the Stargate. And I'm going to see that it is being chroned out, which is not the most important thing, but now the Reaper's dead. Hey, Anus baby. Thank you so much for follows. This Hellion tries to find value. Will be unsuccessful in that endeavor. Man, Chicken Man wasted no time in getting his animated emotes done. What, he got partner 3 days ago, and already he's got him all uploaded. Well done, Chicken Man. I'm a fan of the hair flip. And now we're gonna see the Oracle try to dive on in here. It's gonna get 1 worker, but actually this Oracle's got to be very careful. 4 health, 1 more shot, and it does go down. I really thought Zest was gonna be a little bit too slow on that, but you know what? It shows what I know. Zest is just that good. Or as some people would say, Zest is just that best. And folks, it's game 5. Special's doing crazy stuff. He's been doing crazy stuff all series. What do you do when you're down? What do you do when you're out? What do you do if you lost your last 2 games? Do you play a normal game of PvT? No. No, you do not. You plop down the fusion core and you say, come hell or high water, we're building battle cruisers. And if we beat Zest, we beat them with battle cruisers. If we lose, well, the fans won anyways because it was a battle cruiser build in a TVP. So that's always going to be really cool. So we have the landed Viking harass finding its way out in. It's going to be able to run on out of here. The Stalkers shouldn't get enough shots. As I say that, the Viking will go down. Never mind, Viking's dead. But still, 3 workers will go down. Going to counteract things. Actually, Special only 2 workers behind his opponent, which, in the context of a game like this, actually is massive. The Protoss player wants to be ahead like 6 to 8 workers right now. So between the 2 probes that died really early on and the 3 probes that died just now, Special's in a pretty good economic spot. And that's fantastic because he needs to make sure that he will survive as Zest eventually looks for some pressure. All right, he has 3 gates. He does have blink. So the blink stalkers, actually the secondary goal here of what Special is doing is he wants, not gonna quite get it. Not gonna quite get the adept positioning, but the secondary, oh wait. Sorry, we're gonna talk about things for a second. The secondary goal here of what Special is doing is he wants to be able to draw his opponent out on the map. It's a couple adepts will die rather quickly. Nice target fire there from Zest. You're gonna get 2. We'll lose the 3rd. That's fine. There are tanks here. There are more Marines. This adept shouldn't get. There we go. Yeah, it's dead. Stalker's gonna blink out into the main base though. This is a little bit more of a problem because the tanks are all in the natural. There's not a whole lot here that can really deal with that. As we have the revelation on the single Marine. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening with that one. But here's the big deal. So Stalkers are here. They're not on the other side of the map. Yamato Cannon is underway, so this is most likely going to be mech. But the big deal is the Stalkers were not there, which meant that a battlecruiser could TP across the map, could start to find some value. Now, battlecruisers actually don't fight Stalkers all the well. I would have loved to see Special just actually, target firing workers instead. And this battlecruiser is gonna, oh, that's unfortunate. You never want to lose a battlecruiser. They're so expensive. They cost so much supply. They cost so much build time. You're really committing to it. As Widow Mine. Nice target fire there. 6 workers will go down. So Special, again, his economic position is not terrible, but the big deal is that losing those Yamato Cannon, or losing those battlecruisers, it's a problem. It really is not something that you want. You can afford to get it low, that's fine, but especially when you've committed to Yamato Cannon, you really want to make sure that they get sustained damage over time. That being said, Zest will not be expecting this push from Zest because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Zest has committed a lot to a fusion core, to battlecruisers, to things of that nature. Is nice reveal. Now Zest will be expecting it, which of course means that he shouldn't be moving out of the map right now. He just doesn't have the stuff. But with 3 tanks here, maybe he can find some value. And again, by the way, this is mech. We have confirmation. We have additional factors on the way. Special is like the one Terran in the world that really... I think we see Vindicta do it on occasion, and we did see TY, but Special is like the one Terran that really likes to go mech against Protoss. Hey, Smoky Pollo. Or Smoky Polo, but Smoky Pollo. Welcome here. As we do have, unfortunately, 1 tank will go down. The Stalker's doing a really good job of cutting off the reinforcements. But this is kind of a tank battlecruiser Marine push. There we go. The Oracle will finally go down. It's going to stop giving that annoying vision. But at this point with the Zealots here, this is not a position that Special can hold. Stalker's going to blink on top of things. Battlecruiser doing what it can, and I mean, battlecruisers do some damage, but they don't do enough here. Battlecruiser's going to be forced to run and out. Stalker's going to try to chase it, but well, there's no revelation anymore. So battlecruiser should be able to find a high ground position, should be able to run away for the moment. Stalker's trying to find a little bit more value, and as I say that, it's a second dead battlecruiser. Disasters here for Special. Losing 1, maybe he can come back from. Losing 2, no, that's not good. That is not good at all. So Zest, only on 3 bases. He's not going to play the whole anti-mech game of, yes, I'm going to take the map. It's going to be fine. I'm going to get in this. No. He says, look, I have killed 2/3 of your most powerful defensive utility. I've killed a bunch of tanks as well. I have a massive supply lead over here at this point. Zealot's going to find their way out, and they have +1. This 1 battlecruiser, it just cannot fight these Stalkers. It's just the Stalkers do bonus damage to armored units, and that's a problem. SCVs are going to get pulled here, trying to defend. Maybe with the SCVs repairing this is going to be enough, but the answer is no. GG Zest. He pulls the reverse sweep. He makes it to the finals.